Coming up on OU Nightly, we have severe storms impacting campus. I'll have the timing and the full forecast.
And Norman Police is cracking down on alcohol-related crimes. We're live with an update on Operation Safe Campus Corner. Plus, a high-profile rape case is back in court. Hear what one victim's mother said in her testimony. This is OU Nightly.
A tornado watch is in effect for Norman. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Reagan Garvin.
And I'm Leah Smith. OU Nightly meteorologist Scotty Allen is following this threat. Scotty, what is headed our way?
Yeah, right now we might have some spotty showers on campus here with radar, but we do have some thunderstorms developing on the Panhandle coming into Oklahoma and down to our southwest. We've got a hail core here with that Wichita Falls storm, and this is going to be tracking, looks to be just south of campus, but we'll be continuing to monitor that storm for these next couple of hours. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center has us under a tornado watch here in Cleveland County, McLean County, Pottawatomie County, all the counties surrounding here for these next couple of hours all the way till 11 p.m. with numerous tornadoes possible and high hail, large hail possible. And what's fueling this is lots of moisture coming in. We got 69 dew points, 68s. These are going to be fueling these storms, and that dry line has not been moving. So if there's one round of storms, there'll be another round, and these storms will continue to be persisting throughout the night. Your Campus Weather Authority will continue to monitor this. Back to you all at the desk.
Thanks, Scotty. A recent crackdown on Campus Corner is raising questions about safety and enforcement in one of Norman's busiest nightlife areas. OU Nightly reporter Caroline Kramer joins us live from Campus Corner with what led to the operation.
Yes, I'm on Campus Corner, where over a few weeks ago, over 10 people were arrested and even more were given citations during Operation Safe Campus Corner. Now I spoke to the Norman Police Department Public Information Officer, who told me why this operation was necessary and what happened exactly that night.
In recent months, and even weeks, we've seen an increase in calls related to alcohol-related offenses that tend to escalate into larger crimes. Whether that's fights, disturbances, weapon calls, typically involving people that have been served that are underage or over-served alcohol. So our arrests spanned a number of things. Fake IDs were part of that, but a lot of it also involved a high-level public intoxication, disorderly conduct, assault and battery.
Police say that you can expect to see more operations like this one in the near future as they continue to keep Campus Corner safe. Reporting in Norman, I'm Caroline Kramer, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Caroline. OU Nightly will be continuing to follow this story as it progresses.
OU released a hazing report on the Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity. Back in February, the Sigma Phi Epsilon National Board of Directors voted to close the University of Oklahoma chapter due to the chapter failing to live up to expectations required by the fraternity. The report mentions hazing dating back to the fall of 2025 semester, including students performing physical strength training, being forced to do work for active members, and having food waste and other liquids thrown onto them. The investigation on the fraternity started December 15th and ended on April 3rd.
A Stillwater rape case is back in the spotlight as a victim in the Jessie Butler case testified her rights were violated under Oklahoma's Marsy's Law. Marsy's Law affords victims more protections and rights in the courtroom. The court heard yesterday from one of Jessie Butler's teenage victims about interactions with Payne County prosecutors. OU Nightly reporter Cariana Gamboa is in Stillwater with the details from the hearing.
Leah Reagan, I'm here at the Payne County Courthouse where we just stepped out for a quick recess here at court. Today I heard the mother of one of the two victims of Butler. She finished her testimony and that lasted about 4 hours. She says her and her daughter weren't treated with respect from the district attorney's office. They were notified of Butler's plea at the arraignment. She says her daughter was not prepared to give a victim statement due to the lack of notice. In cross-examination, Payne County prosecutors presented email correspondence to the victim's mother from the DA's office regarding court dates and questioned her about her daughter originally being scared to testify. However, her daughter testified yesterday. The victim's mother's original attorney took the stand for a quick testimony, as well as the second victim's mother did as well, but now she was taken off the stand due to irrelevancy. We will continue to keep you updated as this case unfolds. For now, reporting live in Stillwater, Cariana Gamboa, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Cariana. Butler was not at the hearing, but his family and attorneys were in court. The judge denied Butler's attorney's request to participate in the hearing.
Conversations between the U.S. and Iran could resume in the future. Matthew Carson has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
President Donald Trump says, quote, something could be happening in Pakistan as both the U.S. and Iran attempt to restart negotiations before the ceasefire ends. Both sides have proposed a suspension of uranium enrichment, but neither can agree on a time frame. And although the U.S. currently has a blockade over the Strait of Hormuz, some Iranian ships are still getting through. And Representative Eric Swalwell, a Democratic candidate for California governor, has been accused by 4 women of various kinds of sexual misconduct, including rape.
And I don't think those women in his office or on Capitol Hill in general should be around him for one more day.
Have withdrawn all endorsements of Swalwell, and Swalwell denies allegations, but has suspended his gubernatorial bid and plans to resign from Congress. And the director of Camp Mystic testified that he did not see official warnings issued before the storm hit that resulted in 27 deaths.
So the idea that Camp Mystic wasn't warned about the potential for flash flooding for days is demonstrably false.
The victim's family have filed multiple lawsuits as the camp plans to open in less than 2 months with over 900 girls registered to attend. And the convenience chain 7-Eleven plans to close 645 stores during the 2026 fiscal year. Reagan, Leah, back to you.
Thanks, Matthew. And it's time to get your head in the game because the boys are back.
Well, at least one of them. Find out which High School Musical star is coming to campus next.
I'm here at Norman City Hall, where City Council is expected tonight to continue their discussion of the controversial Rock Creek Entertainment District. We'll have more coming up.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
No, no, no. Turn it down. Turn it off. Get a hand. Lose the bells and whistles. Drive without distractions.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Norman City Council will vote to discuss a potential next step forward in the Rock Creek Entertainment District debate. OU Nightly City Council reporter Jack Hancock joins us live at City Hall to preview tonight's meeting. Jack.
In just a few hours, Norman City Council will vote here behind me on if they will seek a declaratory judgment in that controversial Rock Creek Entertainment District. What does that mean? Well, if approved, this means that City Council would ask a judge if they have the legal grounds or authority to make changes to or repeal ordinances that create tax increment financing districts, which is the controversial funding mechanism for this whole project. Mayor Stephen Tyler Holman tells me that this is the next step for the city in turning this to a public vote, and that it is likely one of the last steps that the city would be able to take. It's important to note that a declaratory judgment could take time to get and may not lead to any firm legal action, but it is viewed by many as an important step for the city to take to protect themselves in turning this to a public vote. We will be at the meeting tonight and bring you the coverage on our Instagram and Facebook pages at OU Nightly and in tomorrow's newscast. Reporting from City Hall, Jack Hancock, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Jack. Many people love love, and having that special someone can be more beneficial than you might expect. Bella O'Neill Dooley has that and more in today's Health Beat.
If you don't have a ring before spring, you might want to work on changing that. A new study shows that being married can lead to lower risks of cancer. Having a spouse can encourage you to take care of yourself more by going to the doctor, keeping up with screenings, and avoid heavily drinking and smoking. Getting hitched is not necessary to a long life, but any solid support system will help you stay healthy. A lot of attention surrounds GLP-1 drugs and losing weight, but evidence shows there are other health benefits. Clinical trials show that about 10 to 15% of users do not experience significant weight loss. Whether users slim down or not, GLP-1s can reduce risks of heart diseases and strokes because of their anti-inflammatory abilities. And HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s Vaccine Advisory Committee is back in business. Last month, a federal judge blocked the committee's work and ruled that many of the new members were unqualified. The revisions to the committee include a broader scope of work, and members should come from a variety of backgrounds and specialties. Last week, Washington Commanders hosted NFL Play 60 for local kids to get a feel for the gridiron. This event encourages kids to be active for at least 60 minutes a day. Reagan, Leah.
Thanks, Bella. Campus Activities Council Speakers Bureau announces that actor Corbin Bleu is coming to campus next Tuesday, April 21st. Bleu is known for starring in the High School Musical franchise as Chad Danforth. OU Nightly got students' reactions to the news and what their favorite High School Musical song is.
Corbin Bleu is coming to campus?
I think it's kind of crazy. Like, I kind of grew up on High School Musical and like all that Disney stuff, and I've honestly loved Corbin Bleu for a while. I still like follow up on him, so that's kind of cool.
Excited. I really love him from all of his stuff from High School Musical, and it's really fun that like a childhood star is going to be on campus.
I think that's cool that he's like down to come to campus and like see all the people and just do this type of event on campus.
Probably from the second one, the I Don't Dance song. I love listening to that one in the car still.
Get your head in the game. It's a basic answer, but it's the best one.
Work this out. I think High School Musical 2 in the kitchen.
The event is called A Night with Corbin Bleu, and I've got to say it, I'm sure it'll be a night to remember. It's taking place at the Thurman J. White Forum in the main conference room. Doors will open at 6 p.m. with the event starting at 7 p.m.
OU Giving Day is almost over.
We'll tell you how you can give back before the clock strikes midnight after the break.
Severe thunderstorm is in Oklahoma now. I'm going to be having your full forecast of when these storms could be impacting campus coming up.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, if your shower can fill a 1-gallon bucket in less than 20 seconds, replace the shower head with a water-efficient one. They are cheap, easy to install, and can save you up to 750 gallons a month. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. We have some spotty showers here over Cleveland County, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning down by Tillman and Cotton counties, Oklahoma. So that's a strong severe thunderstorm. And now we have a severe thunderstorm warning now issued to the southwest coming in. So that could be a storm threatening us, as this one down by in Cotton County might just be just to our south as it gets more mature. So we'll be continuing to monitor that and those extra cells forming down by Elk City. These could be impacting us these next couple of hours. Right now, overall, we got temperatures in the 70s and these winds coming up, and then the dry line right here in this low pressure system. That's what's fueling all of these showers and storms for these next couple of hours. And the Storm Prediction Center has us under that tornado watch till 11 p.m. right here in Cleveland County and the OKC Metro. And this tornado watch has a couple tornadoes possible within it and potential for 3 to 4 inch hail. So right now we are under that level 3 out of 5 risk from the Storm Prediction Center as well. That's an enhanced risk with a slight here to our southeast. So we have to keep monitoring these storms as they're developing, because these are going to have a very high threat of hail. Watch out for these storms and that hail. You want to get those cars into your garages and maybe have those hail-proof wraps that you have around those cars too. And we'll also have a medium tornado, so they can get spinny, these storms. But we have to keep tracking those and that wind and flood threat as well. So looking to time it out, we have these initial rounds of waves, and then by 9 p.m. have these come through the metro, and then maybe have another round with this little cell coming 1 a.m. This moisture is not going to go away, and that lower level jet's going to kick in into those evening hours. So we'll have to keep monitoring that. If that storm cell comes through 1 a.m., there could be some risk to that, and then there'll be some morning showers tomorrow morning. But then as we go into the afternoon, there's another severe risk setting up over central Oklahoma as that dry line comes through before a nice, beautiful day Thursday. Right now, we do have a level 1 out of 5 risk for Norman for tomorrow. And then we got those temperatures just like today, going to be in those 70s, 80s. That's going to fuel it, keep that instability there for storms to continue. And then that dry line is going to shift over and be right over us before it clears out through your Thursday. Have a good day Thursday, because we got an even stronger risk for severe weather for Friday that we're going to have to keep tracking too after these storms come through these next couple of days, with a level 3 out of 5 risk already for your Friday. But for your 7-day forecast, we'll be having those storms come through Wednesday and Friday before a cold front comes through, finally providing that relief to severe weather for next week, as it looks like sunshine and 60s for the weekend. So for spring game, looks to be all that severe weather's out. We can finally enjoy some 60s, but we got to make it through these next couple of days. Know your safe place. Keep monitoring. We're going to keep monitoring those.
Well, thank you, Scotty. So I know the weather's going to be nice later, but for these severe storms, what are some preparation tips we can have?
Yeah, just know your safe spot. Know where you can get alerts. Make sure to have those emergency notifications on your phone. Make sure it's not on silent. Make sure it's not muted. Keep those alerts on at all times.
All right. Well, thank you, Scotty. There are less than 7 hours until OU Giving Day is over. Today is the university's annual 24-hour-long fundraising event for colleges and programs at OU to raise money. So far, the university has raised over $20 million. People can donate to support OU Athletics, OU Health Campus, OU's Norman Campus, and 21 other university organizations. The event is lasting until midnight, and you can find where to donate and how much money has been raised on their website shown on your screen.
OU women's basketball is making big additions to their team from the transfer portal.
And many teams supporting the Crimson and Cream are preparing for SEC championships.
OU fans can expect a lot of action this week with the Diamond Sports taking on an in-state rival today and tomorrow. Find out how these teams rank against each other and more next in sports.
Winter is upon us, and every Oklahoman knows that that means unpredictable freezing temperatures. One of the main concerns with freezing temperatures is the damage they can cause to your home or business should they cause your water pipes to freeze over. Older homes, especially those without proper insulation or that have basements or crawl spaces with exposed pipes, are particularly susceptible to this. Here is Rachel Croft, City of Norman Water Treatment Plant Manager, to show you the proper steps you can take to prevent your pipes from freezing.
The good news is you don't need to run a whole lot of water in order to combat freezing from your pipes. Here's how you do it. Another thing that you can do to help is to open your cabinet doors to make sure that warm air throughout your home is getting to your faucet pipes. But you want to make sure to remove any harmful chemicals that any small children or pets could have the ability to reach.
Following these steps can help save money on your water bill and help to conserve Norman's water supply.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hello, I'm Gracie Stubblefield, and it's time for sports. Starting out strong, OU women's basketball has landed another former five-star recruit from the transfer portal. She's not in Kansas State anymore, as Jordan Spicer officially signed with Oklahoma today, announced by head coach Jenny Baranczyk. Her addition comes shortly after the announcement of Keely Parks' return to her hometown. Before she arrived at Kansas, Spicer was named one of the top shooters in the nation by ESPN. She went on to lead K-State in points in 8 games and recorded 20 games in double-digit points. OU baseball is living on Tulsa time for their second and final meeting of the season against Oklahoma State tonight. Bedlam baseball is back, and the last time the Sooners took on the Cowboys was earlier this year during opening weekend in Arlington, beating them 10-1, where transfer LJ Mercurius had 12 strikeouts in his debut. First pitch is at 7. Baseball isn't the only Diamond sport with a Bedlam showdown this week, as OU softball heads to Oklahoma City to take on the Pokes. The Sooners are coming off a loss to Texas despite taking the series win. The last Bedlam matchup was a little over a year ago, where OU run-rolled OSU 11-3. OU has only lost 4 games this season, and the Sooners will be looking for their next win tomorrow at 8. For the second week in a row, OU women's tennis senior Julia Garcia-Ruiz was named SEC Co-Player of the Week. Ruiz had a dominant weekend with top 10 victories over Texas A&M and Texas. Her performance led the team to clinch a share of their first SEC regular season title. The Sooners begin SEC tournament play this Friday in Norman in the Women's Tennis Championship Central. After securing a 4 seed in the SEC Championship to close out their regular season against A&M, men's tennis junior Asahi Hirozaki was named SEC Player of the Week today. He clinched the team's 3rd top 10 victory of the season in a 3-set match. The team now heads to the conference championship on Friday, competing in the quarterfinals. OU men's golf closed out their regular season earlier today in the final round at the Ford Collegiate in Georgia. All-American Jay Summey tied for 6th individually at 8 under, while the team ended the tournament in 9th place at 4 under. The Sooners will be back on the green in Georgia next week for the SEC Championship. Reagan, Leah.
Thanks, Gracie. We didn't talk about the Thunder today in sports, but later we'll talk about the furry icon that inspired their mascot and several others across Oklahoma.
We'll have the details on how this species is making its return after well over a century when we come back.
Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
A man arrested after the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation received tips about child exploitation. After an investigation, the OSBI posted they found over 100 illegal images of children. Sean Horse was taken to the Oklahoma County Detention Center with a bond of $250,000. His charges include aggravated possession of child pornography and access of computer system with unlawful intent. Leah, Reagan, back to you.
Thanks, Shayna. Scotty, I know we talked about those storms. Can we take one last look at where they are now?
Oh yeah, here I have the live look at radar right now of looking at what these storms they're currently still tracking through just south of Lawton right now, but there's more severe storms to the southwest, and those could be coming along in these next couple of hours and impacting Norman campus and the OKC Metro as we get into the evening hours. So we'll be continuing to monitor that. And remember, sign up for Weather Call ahead of time so you can hear from OU Nightly meteorologists, and keep checking us on socials as well as we have this severe weather coming into the campus.
Thanks, Scotty. After 150 years, bison have made their return to Oklahoma, and the community is super excited.
I haven't seen a bison really, but I saw them when we were driving here, just like 3 big bisons.
Because of hunting habitat loss, bison disappeared for much of North America, including southern Oklahoma.
But thanks to private donors, they are safely grazing prairie fields in Choctaw Nation once again. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Leah Smith.
And I'm Reagan Garvin. Good night.